guys, welcome back to the Curl Factory. It's Raquel. Today's video is all about hair porosity. Hair porosity is something that I personally, didn't really worry myself with as a natural. Only later on in my journey did I actually start researching and finding out what is hair porosity. We find this word in the natural hair community, and today I'm going to talk all about it. Hair porosity is basically your hair's ability to absorb moisture and retain moisture. So if you are doing your wash day routine and you find that your hair just takes forever to dry, that has to do with porosity. If your hair just gets really dry very quickly, that also has to do with hair porosity. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Before I start, don't forget to subscribe and also follow us on our social media. And I load new videos on Mondays and Thursdays. Let's get this video on porosity started. Guys, again, I do have some notes with me, so if you see me looking down, just know that I want to make sure I'm giving you guys accurate information. And I'm going to start off with the actual definition of what is hair porosity, and it simply refers to your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. So I do have a video that I loaded on, how to moisturize natural hair. That's a great video to really help you keep your hair moisturized. And porosity has everything to do with moisturizing natural hair. So that video that I've loaded and this one today kind of go hand in hand. So if you're a natural and you want to know more about natural hair, the Curl Factory is the place for you. The video on moisturizing your hair and this one is going to help you out a whole lot. So there are 3 different categories of porosity, and as a natural, your hair is going to fit into one of the 3. The first category is actually someone who has high porosity hair. Secondly, you're going to have normal porosity, and lastly, you're going to have low porosity hair. So I'm going to start off talking about high porosity hair. And as I'm talking about it, kind of think of your hair and see which category you fall into. So if you have high porosity hair, it means that your hair absorbs moisture very quickly. As you're applying your products, you'll find that the products disappear into your hair, or your hair shaft absorbs the product very quickly, and you find yourself having to put a lot more product. And when you're watching YouTube videos, sometimes you'll see naturals not adding as much product as you do. And that's why I always tell you, I'm not a judgmental natural, because everybody's hair is different. So if you're finding yourself having to put in a lot more product, your hair absorbs the product very easily, and you also find that your hair dries very quickly, then you're falling into the category of having high porosity hair. Also, if you have high porosity hair, because your hair dries so fast, you're going to find that your curls sometimes tend to be more on the drier side, and that's simply because your hair is drying so fast. And the last characteristic of high porosity hair is that your hair is just so frizzy. It doesn't matter what you do to your hair is just constantly frizzy. It has nothing to do with the products that you are using. Your wash day routine can kind of help you with it, and also the way that you apply your products can help with high porosity or low porosity hair. So everything that I described, if you fall into it, then you have high porosity hair. The next category is normal porosity. If your hair is normal, these are the characteristics that it's going to have. You're going to have very bouncy curls. Sometimes you see girls who have curls that are so bouncy, and the elasticity is just amazing. Those girls are falling into your normal porosity. Other characteristics include little to low maintenance. You find that you don't have to do much to your hair. Your hair is just always kind of popping, so it's little to low maintenance. And also your hair accepts moisture very easily. So if you are doing a pre-poo or just any of the tips from my video, your hair gets moisturized very easily. And also your hair can kind of retain a hairstyle for very long. Like your wash and goes can last like 7 days. A twist out can last for 5 days. So if your hair can hold a style for longer periods of time, as well as the other characteristics that I mentioned, you're going to fall into the normal porosity category. And the last category is low porosity hair. Low porosity hair takes a very long time to absorb any type of water. Like if you're washing your hair and you've got a whole lot of water on your hair, but the water is sitting on your hair and it's not going into your hair, that's a sign of having low porosity hair. Also, while you're applying your products on your wash day, if you're finding that your products are sitting on top of your hair and it takes them like a really long time to disappear and absorb into your hair, you've got low porosity hair. Other characteristics include when you use a natural oil, you find that the natural oil also tends to sit on top of your hair instead of going inside of it. That's a characteristic. And also you find that your curls or your hair just takes forever to dry. So low porosity hair, it actually absorbs, your hair shaft takes in the moisture very, very slowly. And you also find that it will also release the moisture as well, very, very slowly. So these three categories, you have to kind of look at what your hair does and figure out where you fit. So I've told you about all these categories. How can you actually find out like what type of category I fall into? There's actually a test. You can do a test to find out the porosity of your hair. The test is simple. You take a glass of water or a bowl of water, and then you kind of just get a piece of hair. You can take hair that's kind of fallen out of the hairbrush or on your bed on wash day that's, you know, come out because our hair does naturally shed. Take a piece of your hair and put it into the glass of water or the glass bowl and wait. You don't even have to wait long, you know, like a minute or 2 minutes. If your hair is sitting on top of the water and it's not moving, like right on the top, you have low porosity hair because your hair is taking a long time to absorb any water. It's sitting on top. If your hair sinks and it kind of stops in the middle and it's just floating, you are considered to have normal porosity hair. And if your hair sinks to the bottom, then you have high porosity hair. Sometimes it's very difficult to see if you're normal or high because like the hair doesn't, you know, sink to the bottom, but it's kind of like not in the middle, it's not at the bottom, then you do have a mix. Because we have different hair textures, we also can have a bit of a mix of porosity. I'll tell you guys what my porosity is. I have normal porosity hair. That's why I kind of can do a wash and go for 5 to 7 days. My hair is low maintenance. My curls are very, very bouncy. I have lots of shrinkage. Like my hair is like a spring. And for me, that also kind of helps me gauge how healthy my hair is because over these 5 years, I've really learned to pay attention to my hair. Please don't feel like it's a bad thing if you have low porosity hair or high porosity hair and you're not normal. Nothing on your head is a mistake. Your hair is perfect as it is, and all you have to do is learn about your hair, find what your hair works, and really just take care of it and give it its desired needs. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching until the end. I hope you learned something about porosity and porosity in natural hair. Please do the test and let me know like what your results were, high porosity, low porosity, or normal porosity. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and I'll load a brand new video just for you every Monday and Thursday. I'll see you then.